tell us and tell our audience how to be successful. I mean, the nitty gritty of how to be successful, whether you're a company driver or an owner operator. How does it start?
Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to have the right attitude. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go forward. I interviewed for a job years ago, and I knew the people that I interviewed with, and I got hired. And I asked the guy in the end, I said, I know the people I interviewed with. I said, they have experience. Why did you hire me? And he said, I'm not looking for experience. I'm looking for attitude. And there's a lot of times we get into the industry, and soon as one thing goes bad, attitude changes.
True statement.
And you start to develop a bad taste for the whole thing instead of just for that one certain aspect of it. But you want to be successful in company driver, owner operator, man, you got to have the right attitude, because out there, it's a go get 'em. You have to have that drive. It's that kind of atmosphere that you have to have. You have to do that. You have to be willing to think outside of the box, and you have to be willing to do just about anything. Because, and I say this, company drivers and owner ops, every time you're dispatched, all I heard them tell me was, here's some money. And it all adds up.
And all you got to do is this to get it.
Yes. All you have to do is that. But you also have to have an end goal in mind too. Okay, because company driver, owner op, we both have to have that same mentality. There's got to be an end goal. Why am I doing this? What am I trying to accomplish? What kind of results do I want to see?
Right.
If you don't formulate all that, if you don't, my dad, I just heard him. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there.
Great advice. Yeah.
So-
You don't know. So, in other words, on the attitude, and I heard you say with this, the other message behind the scenes was flexibility.
Yes.
So with the end goal in mind of being productive and being profitable, don't let the frustrations of the shipper or the consignee or
Get in the way.
or a conversation with the dispatch get you off track from that.
Right.
Be flexible.
Right.
If
Absolutely.
you got a couple of hours left on your clock in the day and maybe you could do a local delivery,
do it.
do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In other words, don't just say, well, I'm only going to do this or this, or I don't
Yeah.
like driving here or there. Do
Yeah.
it.
One of the things that really got my name going in the company is there's certain times of the year for company drivers, owner op, we have what's called light freight. Okay. And even when we don't have light freight, there's a lot of freight that people don't want to move. And so I would go in as there's a word in Spanish, and I can't exactly say it, but it means I'll take it. And so when I was offered a load, all I ever said was, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Then it got to the point when freight was light, I was just, give me whatever nobody wants. I'll take that. And even when I would come in, and like you said, I had a few hours left, a couple hours. Hey, man, is there a local I can do? And then sooner or later, you start to develop a name. They start to see you credible and to make these deliveries and so forth and so forth. So now every time you come around, hey, Elliot, here.
Take
Like,
this.
I'll take it. But a lot of guys don't want to do that. They
That's
want to
the
be picky.
That's the key. How do
Yeah.
you teach them to understand how to use their clock? How do you teach that to them?
If I may say, you put them in a chokehold. No, it's maximizing your time. Your time is money. If you're not maximizing that time, you're losing out on money, because if you have the hours, spin those wheels, do something.
Keep the doors closed and the wheels
are
turning.
turning, man.
All right.
You
So
have
now
to.
we're going to drill down a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
So when you start your day, how can you best maximize your time?
Well, know what you're doing before you're doing it.
All right. And that's called
Trip planning.
trip planning.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Talk about trip planning and how
Absolutely.
important that is to anybody that's either driving as a company or an owner, and especially an owner operator.
Well, you know, even this morning I was getting ready. I only live a few miles down the road. And I'm up 4 hours before it's time to get here, because I'm making allowances for, one, rush hour traffic, making allowances for road construction. I'm making allowances for if anything happens out there, accidents, and so forth and so forth. So, you have to stay a step ahead. You have to think about where you're going, how you're going to get there. And a lot of times we accept dispatches, we look at the GPS, and we just start moving. I'm like, no, with technology the way it is today, you can just about figure out and see everything that's happening from here to your destination. And what people do is they wait until they get in the crux of a problem before they have to deal with it, when you knew that route was going to be filled with something. You knew there was construction here. Trip planning is so important, so important.
Thank you for watching that clip. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more clips like that, please click here.
Or if you'd like to check out a full episode, click here.
And don't forget to subscribe to us on
YouTube.